We had an accident yesterday. Barbara is in hospital. Because of that, we've also had to do a few changes to the piece as well. But those changes are not exactly set because we're not quite sure what's happening with Barbara. One of the ladies have had to take Barbara's place, so which leaves me without a partner for one little section. It's always good to have a run in the costumes to know exactly what's happening with the costumes, if you're not going to step on them, if they're flowing correctly, if you're not going to get tangled, because I'm wearing braces as well. And again, you know, run it with the costume gives it that mood again of what we're trying to portray as well.
I think it was lovely for me to see it anyway in costume for the first time. It brings out a certain different atmosphere to the piece, of course. It's also a little bit of a movable feast because it hasn't quite come out right yet in any of the run-throughs, which then puts something out later on in the piece. You can sometimes, I'll count something, if it has counts, I'll be counting something in one way and somebody else will then rehearse it and they'll count it in a whole different way. I don't mean they're putting 5 where 4 should be and 7 where 2 should be, but their concept of what the insides of the rhythm are and so forth are very different. Of course, as I go through, I'm very active because I'm moving from the piano to the computer because that's the nature of the beast. We've got some of the music I'm playing piano, I'm using my voice. Then I've got to trigger tracks that I've made on the computer. Some I'm triggering the computer and playing with them. So I'm quite busy. But at the same time, every time we go through, I think, oh yeah, I could improve upon that link there. It's mostly the transitions. All the composition's done. As you probably know, I tend to stay now. It's the end of the day. It's, what is it? It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, gosh. The dancers left, you know, an hour or so ago, but this is the quiet time. It's the only time when the studio is really quiet and I can stop and go and listen to particularly the playback tracks that I'm playing along with to try and get the proper balance. So there's no composition left to be done, but there's a lot of tweaking still to be done.